All right, well, leading off for the Gators here, as you can see, number 3, Fati. She's up there with a 1-1 count. And watches that one sail low and outside for ball 2. 2-1. In the circle for Rock Gold is Pinero, number 12. And her next delivery is going to be another outside low, ball 3. All right, 3 balls, 1 strike here for Fati to work with. And that one brings the count full as a called strike. High in the zone. And the payoff pitch. That is rocketed out into right field. Manages to outrun the play at first. The ball gets away. The catcher, though, doing some backup there. Manages to hold Fati at first base, and the Gators have their leadoff batter on the base paths. Brings to the plate now number 6, Cameron Solano, the left fielder. And that ball is high for 1-0. Next delivery from Pinero. And that one is going to be tapped over towards the shortstop in right field. And Cameron is able to outrun the throw. And now, just like that, the Gators have their 1 and 2 batters on base. Now to bat for the Gators, Avalo, number 10. And she taps that one over to shortstop. Short fields it. And Avalo able to outrun the throw. Brings bases loaded as Haley Hirsch comes up to bat. Well, just a couple of tappers over the left side of the infield. But the Wheels able to outrun the throws. Has bases loaded with no outs. And that one gets away, slips away. The runners are going to advance, and the first run crosses the plate. All right, so Fati, first run to cross home plate, and the head coach, Conrad, comes out to the circle to speak to his players. All right, well, coach walks off the field. Haley steps back in with a 1-0 count, and bases filled at second and third. And smashes that one to the third baseman, who's unable to field it, throws across the diamond. And Rock Gold able to record their first out, and the runners do not advance on the play. Well, would have liked to have seen a little bit of a lead from the runner on third base, and once the throw headed to first to take off for home plate, they could have gotten a second run across, but playing a little conservative with now just 1 out. And that ball comes in low. And Reese at the plate now with a 1-0 count. Reese shows bunt and bunts that foul to the screen to bring the count even at 1-1. And the next delivery in there for a strike. One ball, two strikes. And a tap foul to the left side. And the count remains 1-2. All right, the 1-2 delivery from Pinero. Oh, and Reese calls timeout, backs out of the box. Taking a little too long for that pitch to come in. She wants to get refocused. And here we are, reset. The 1-2 delivery. Sails high to bring the count 2-2. And Reese swings at the rise ball for strike 3. All right, well, 2 strikeouts recorded there in a row by Pinero. Brings to bat now Addison Held. So Gators so far able to get 1 across. Looking to get the other 2 runners on base as well. Well, that one slips away. And here comes another run in. Oh, no, it looks like Addie was hit by that pitch, so Cameron will retreat back to third, and Addie will head on over to first. So bases loaded now with 2 outs for the Gators. Now up to bat is Luca Hansberger, number 16. And that ball sails high for ball 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs, count 1 ball, no strikes. And again, misses high. Attempted back pick by the catcher. And Cameron dives back. And the count goes now to 2-0. So 2 pitches so far missing high for Luca. Batter and pitcher ready to go. And the next pitch is in there for a strike. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike to count. And that one slips away. And here comes, I think maybe the batter was hit. Yes, but bases were loaded. And the second batter in a row hit by the pitch gets another run to cross home plate. And the Gators are now up 2-0. All right, well, with 2 outs, Peyton Williamson now at the plate. And she fouls back the first pitch for strike 1. And that one is going to be tapped up the third baseline. No play to be made, as all runners were hustling down the base paths, and the Gators get another run across to now go up 3-0. And that ball is going to be high on Kinsley for 1-0. So far the Gators making a lot of damage just on little putt-putts in the infield. And a couple of wild pitches allowing runs to cross. And that brings the count now for Kinsley to 2-0 with 2 outs and bases loaded. And that goes high for ball 3. So Kinsley well ahead in the count now, 3-0. Nowhere to put her here. Pinero's got to deliver her best pitch. And that misses for ball 4. And the runners move around the diamond.
Now batting number 1, Kira.
All right, now coming to the plate, Kira Sherman. And it looks like we may have a pitching change here. Well, with 2 outs for quite some time, Rock Gold just unable to close out the inning so far. And making a change is the head coach to give the Gators a different look. So with 2 outs, Gators up 4-0 on Rock Gold with bases loaded at the top of the first. Pinero delivered 27 pitches from the circle, again allowing 4 runs. All right, a correction there, looking at Game Changer, the information wrong. This is actually going to be Holgan in the circle. And now up at bat, number 1, Kira Sherman. And that ball is low for ball 1. Nice stop by the catcher. The next delivery is high but swung at, going to tap over to first base. She'll toss and grab the third out. Well, not before the Gators are able to get on the board with 4 runs. We move into the middle of the first inning with the score of 4-0. You're watching the Florida Softball Network. All right, here we go into the bottom of the first inning. Rock Gold with their first at-bats, down by a margin of 4-0. Leading off for Rock Gold, number 26, Thompson. In the circle for the Gators, Avelo Fitzgerald. Behind the plate, Reese Kennerson. And the first delivery is high and outside for ball 1. Well, defensively for the Gators, we've got Haley Hirsch at first, Kinsley Roman at second, Addison Held at short, and Abby Vital at third. That's your infield. Next delivery again, high and outside for ball 2. Your outfielders here at the bottom of the first inning, Cameron Solano in left, Fatih Masri in center, and Luca Hansberger in right field. Avelo steps up to deliver her next pitch. And that one, with bunt presented, gets called for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike as the infield crashes, but unable to make contact is Thompson. And now the 2-1 delivery is again outside for ball 3. So 3-1 hitters count here for Thompson. And that ball is going to get hit to first base. Well fielded by Haley to grab the first out. I'm going to do a quick scoreboard fix here. Apologies for that. And now we're in action here with everything correct. All right, well, coming to bat now is number 9, Courtney, for the Gold. And she takes a few steps in an attempted slap, but instead takes for strike 1. All right, the next delivery here from Avilo is going to be a changeup, catching the attempted slap. A nice pitch call there to now put the batter down in the count 0-2. Presents bunt, pulls back, and that just sails high to bring the count to 1-2. And that's going to get hit over to the right side and garners the next out. All right, well, so far 2 up, 2 down. And that brings to the plate Ainsley Graybill. Ainsley guesting here for Rock Gold today. Not normally on their roster. Both teams with some guests as high school season is in full effect, and those players, many of them not allowed to play travel ball at the same time they're playing high school ball. And a miss on the high outside part gets Ainsley to a 2-ball, no strike count. Ainsley actually played for this Gators squad up until a couple seasons ago. And that ball goes foul to the right side for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike now the count. And that grabs the inside part of the plate for strike 2. All right, count now even at 2-2 on Graybill. And that sails high and outside for ball 3. All right, well, full count here, 2 outs, full count. Ainsley steps back in, Avilo comes set. And the payoff pitch is called on the outside part of the plate for strike 3. Well, the Gators take care of business, taking down Rock Gold 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first inning. And as we conclude that inning, it's the Gators up by a score of 4-0 over Rock Gold here on the Florida Softball Network.
Go Gators!
To the top of the second we go in a game between the Gators and Rock Gold. Winner moving on to the championship game. Loser packs it up to play again the next tournament, whenever that might be on their schedule. For the Gators, this is going to be their last tournament until the first weekend in April, as they will take off for spring break, with many players traveling with their families or doing other things. Well, Coming to the bat now, Abby Lytal, guesting for the Gators. And she watches strike one on the outside part of the plate. And working still outside, watches strike two. So quickly on two pitches, Abby finding herself down by a count of 0-2. Batter resets. And she hits that one to the left side of the infield. Fielded well by the shortstop and thrown out at first base for the first recorded out of the second inning. That's going to flip the lineup here as Fati comes back up to bat. Fati was the first run to cross home plate after going 1 for 1 here so far today. And she looks for her first pitch of the second inning and grabs the outside for strike one. And that one gets away from the pitcher to bring the count even to 1-1. And that high pitch is hit over to the right side of the infield. Picked up by the second baseman, tosses to first to record now the second out. All right, well, the number 2 hitter in the batting order for the Gators, Cameron Solano, now comes up to bat with 2 outs here in the second inning. A little bit of a distraction from the opposing field, but we're trying to get focus here on ours for the first pitch of the at-bat for Cameron, and she takes for strike one. And that one is low for 1-1. The 1-1 delivery is hit, picked up by the second baseman, who was backing up the pitcher for a nice play there to record the third out. And in the top of the top of the second inning, the Gators go down 1-2-3, but still remain in the lead by a score of 4-0 here on the Florida Softball Network. Well, to the bottom of the second we go. The leadoff batter for Rock Gold is going to be number 7, Trimby. Remaining in the circle for the Gators is Avilo. And we're going to look here for the first pitch of the bottom of the second inning. And that first pitch grabs the outside for strike one. And that one goes high into the screen for ball one. 1-1. And that one high and outside for ball two. And the 2-1 delivery from Avilo. And there's a strike for 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter Trimby. And that one again high outside to bring the count full now at 3-2. Payoff pitch here is hit over to the right side of the field, but out of play in foul territory. And we reset here with the count of 3-2. And that ball is hit over to second base. Fielded cleanly there by Kira, who throws over to Peyton to record the first out of the bottom of the second inning. All right, to the plate now, number 44, Walsack. And the first pitch grabs the outside for strike 1. The changeup just comes up short to bring the count to 1-1. And a swinging strike there to bring Avalo up on the batter by a count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that just outside for 2-2. And again misses on the outside part of the plate now for a full count on Walsack. And the 3-2 delivery is again high and outside for ball 4. And Rock Gold get their leadoff batter. Nope, get a batter on the bases with 1 out. The leadoff batter grounding out to Kira. So the second batter gets on base instead, which now brings up number 24, Mahoney, for Rock Gold. She bunts. There's an out. And it's thrown out at first. All right, bunt well played there to grab the second out, but the runner does advance over into scoring position at second base. So Walsack now at second with Mahoney out on the bunt. Brings up number 33, McCarroll. And she takes a looking strike 1. And that one is going to be fouled over the right side. Nice effort by Peyton to try to dive for that one, but not really much of a chance to make a play on it. And now Avalo up on the batter by a count of 0-2. And there's strike 3 and the third out. So Rock Gold managed to get a player on, but strands her at second base as Walzak is not able to get further along the diamond. And the Gators grab the third out with a strikeout at home plate. We move now into the top of the fourth inning with the Gators ahead, 4-0 over Rock Gold on the Florida Softball Network. It's the top of the third inning, and leading off for the Gators is going to be number 10, Avalo Fitzgerald, the pitcher for this game. Also batting in the third slot of the batting order. And watches for ball 1. And that one comes high and inside to bring the count to 2-0. And that one misses high and outside to 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes. And the 3-0 delivery is going to be low for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk there for Avalo gets the leadoff batter on the base paths for the Gators, bringing to bat now number 7, Haley Hirsch. Haley watches the first strike on the outside part of the plate. And the next pitch, same spot, watches it again to go down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Haley down now in the count, 0-2. Avalo at first. And that's low and outside for ball 1. All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first. And that pitch is hit hard towards the shortstop, gets into left field, and the second batter for the Gators is now on the base paths with no outs, runners at 1 and 2.
I got a whole lot of money. Y'all ain't for me. Bottle weed, popping that water, man.
All right, now coming to bat now, 11, Reese Kennerson, the catcher for this game. And she takes the first pitch for strike 1. And looks at that one a little bit low to bring the count to 1-1. That misses for ball 2. All right. 2 balls, 1 strike for Reese. Runners at first and second with no outs. That one, a swing and a miss on the outside part of the plate. And we're at 2-2. And a swing, strike 3.
Batting for Lightning, number 12, Addison.
Well, Addison now comes in. Runners holding it 1 and 2 with just 1 out. See what Addison can do here for the Gators. She taps that one over towards third base. Third baseman fields it to first. And Rock Gold records their second out with runners advancing to 2 and 3.
Now the bat, number 16, Luca.
Well, here comes number 16, Luca Hansberger, with 2 runners in scoring position. An opportunity here for the Gators to extend their lead if possible. And Luca looking for an opportunity to help her team out. The first pitch is hit hard but high in the air into right field. The right fielder underneath it grabs it, and that's the third out. Well, despite getting the first 2 batters on the base paths, Rock Gold able to close out without allowing any runs to cross home plate. So the score now remains 4-0 as we move into the middle of the 3rd inning here on the Florida Softball Network. All right, so here we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Rock Gold down by a score of 4-0. And the first pitch delivered by Avilo is high for ball 1. Up at bat right now is Pinero, number 12, the starting pitcher from this game. And that went in there for strike 1. All right, Pinero steps back in with a 1-1 count. And that one is going to be tapped over to the right side of the infield, played quickly by the second baseman. Kira Sherman tosses over to Haley at first. And Pinero goes down on a ground out to the second baseman. Well, here comes number 13, McCarroll, up to bat. And she swings and slices to the right side for strike 1. And that just misses to bring the count even at 1-1. All right, well, that one fouled off to the right side for strike 2. All right, so 1 ball, 2 strikes here on McCarroll. And a looking strike 3. Well, with 2 outs, Sharipa, number 3, comes up to bat. And watches strike 1. All right, well, Avila well ahead on the count now. With 2 outs, it's 0-2 on Sharipa. And that one is tapped foul to the left side of the backstop. All right, the 0-2 pitch once again. And that one is hit right back to the pitcher. Avila picks it up, tosses over to first base. And the Gators take care of business here at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Well, we're going to move into the 4th with the Gators up by a score of 4-0 here on the Florida Softball Network. If you haven't had an opportunity yet to subscribe, we invite you to do so now. If you're enjoying the game, give it a like. And we thank all our viewers here on FSN. All right, well, it's the top of the 4th inning with the Gators up by a score of 4-0. And at bat right now, number 22, Peyton Williamson. There. All right, well, Peyton hits that one over to third base. Third baseman fields it cleanly, throws over to first base to record the first out for Rock Gold in the top of the 4th. And now coming to bat for the Gators is number 31, Kinsley Roman. And the first one grabs the outside part of the plate for strike 1. And just a little too far outside. Brings the count to 1-1. One ball, one strike. That one swung on the outside part of the plate, hit, grabbed by the pitcher. And another ground out there for the Gators. Makes it 2 outs. And a swing and a miss on an outside pitch by number 1, Kira Sherman now at bat. And that one grabs the inside part of the plate. So first pitch on the outside, then comes back with the inside to bring the pitcher up on Kira by a count of 0-2. And that's low and outside for ball 1. All right, the 1-2 delivery is hit towards third base. And Kira gets hurt and is unable to run because it came off of her leg in the box. And the Rock Gold coach giving the umpires a hard time for not calling her being hit by the ball in the box right away. I think all the players knew what was going on, but apparently the coach did not, because nobody made a play on it. They knew that it had come off of the batter's foot. All right, well, Kira recomposes herself, steps back in. And the coach can't come off the field yet for some reason. Coach still standing on the field to play for unknown reasons. Not sure why he hasn't gone back into the dugout and why the umpire is allowing the game to play without the coach back in the dugout as he's supposed to. Well, that one fouled away. Kira's still at bat and watches for a ball. All right, good at bat here for Kira as she stays alive here at the plate with 2 outs and on a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one sails high to bring the count full at 3-2. So a good job by Kira here, down in the count early by a count of 0-2, manages to come back to bring it full. And rung up there with the looking K, ends the top half of the 4th inning. Well, the score remains here as it has for the last several innings, with the Gators up by a score of 4-0. We move into the bottom of the 4th. You're watching the Florida Softball Network. Here we are at the bottom of the 4th inning, and number 2, Smith at the plate for Rock Gold, fouls away the first delivery from Avalo for 0-1. With that strike, it's now 0-2. Avalo way up on the batter. And she delivers outside for 1-2. And that ball is hit to the right side and quickly picked up by Peyton at first base. And Smith goes down on a ground out to 3. And the first pitch by Avalo to Aaron Sibia is a swinging strike 1. Well, the weather changing a little bit here. We can feel a cool breeze. It's getting a little more cloudy with darker clouds, hoping that the rain holds off. And the appeal by the catcher is declined. That is a no swing. So we're now at 1-2. But there she comes. Oh, well, I had that. It looked like that was going to be a strike 3. I guess we're off by our count here. So I'm going to look for the umpire to throw up some fingers. Nothing there. Doesn't know what the count is, and that misses outside. All right, batter well choked up to defend. Swings and misses there for strike 3. All right, well, a little premature on the three-pitch strike, but gets it there in the end to grab the third strike. And now the Rock Gold bring to the plate their next batter, number 6, Ainsley Graybill, with 2 outs. And there's a looking strike 1. And there is a looking strike 2. And quickly Ainsley down in the count, 0-2. The 0-2 delivery is outside for 1-2. And that one's low and inside for 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Graybill. Fitzgerald in the circle. And that one is hit but foul to the left side. And the count remains 2-2. All right, here comes the 2-2. And that is hit to the shortstop, picked up, rifled over to first base, but offline. And Graybill's going to turn to for second. There was an opportunity to make a play because she did turn, but no play made by Peyton there at first. So Ainsley gets on with a shot over towards the shortstop, and an errant throw allows her to reach. All right, 2 outs now. Runner at first. The first delivery here from Avalo. And that one is hit again to the shortstop and gets by. And Abby unable to reach over to that one. And now with 2 outs, Rock Gold now has runners at 1 and 2. And the first delivery to number 44, Walczak, is in there for a strike. Walczak so far 0 for 1, but reaching base earlier in the game on a walk. Got to second and then couldn't get further. Gators recorded their 3 outs. And that misses high outside. A nice snag by Reese to prevent that from going to the backstop and preventing the runners from advancing. So here we are now. Count of 1-1 with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. And that just misses low for ball 2. 2-1. We saw Walczak being very selective. Her last at bat garnered her the walk. And that one is a swinging tap foul to bring the count even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at 1 and 2. Lilo Fitzgerald so far on 62 pitches in this game. Looks to deliver her 63rd here. and that is tapped over to the shortstop. Shortstop picks it up. Abby fires across, and the Gators record the third out, and more importantly, do not allow any runs to cross the plate. Well, it's the top of the fifth inning here with the Gators up by the Rock Gold by a score of 4-0, and the first batter up to the bat. Now, what a batter would do is the up to bat. Is going to be Abby Lytal. And she watches the first one come inside for ball one. And Abby smashes that one into center field. And that's going to get her on base over at first. And a fantastic hit right there. Gets the leadoff batter in the top of the fifth for the Gators on the path. All right, now to bat at the top of the order, number 3, Fatima Masri. She takes the first one, taps it to the pitcher, who scoops it up and fires to first, and now gets the runner in a rundown due to overrunning the base. Well, she overruns second base and gets the second out, gets doubled out. And a lucky break there by Rock Gold. And the second running the base paths error made by the Gators in this game, allowing Rock Gold to quickly collect 2 outs. Well, Cameron Solano, number 6, now at bat with 2 outs. Seeing what she can do here to help her team. And this one is going to be hit to the right side. That's going to drop in. And could be extra bases, but no, she holds up. And Cameron with a nice hit right down the first base foul line, staying fair. And with 2 outs, the Gators have a runner on with Avalo Fitzgerald now coming up to bat. Avalo is 1 for 1 today. And watches the first pitch sail high for ball 1. And that one bounces for ball 2. All right, 2 balls, no strike the count. And with the steal, Cameron gets herself over to second base. And the count goes 3-0 for Avalo. And the coach Conrad comes out to talk to his pitcher. Here we are with 2 outs. Avalo on a 3-0 count. Cameron standing at second base with the Gators up by a score of 4-0. And the 3-0 pitch is in there for strike one. And that one is fouled back. And after the meeting in the circle, pitcher refocuses and manages to bring the count full now to 3-2. And the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Misses high and outside. And Avila runs on over to first base. All right, now with 2 outs, runners at first and second, coming up to bat is number 7, Haley Hirsch. And she watches the first pitch go low for ball 1. And Haley thinks about it, but holds back and takes strike 1. So now the count's 1-1. Okay, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And strike 2. All right, Haley finds herself down in the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Runners over at first and second. Hoping to find something here to hit. And swing and a miss for strike 3. Here we are now in the bottom of the 5th inning with Rock Gold. Their first batter hits one to the shortstop who fires across. And with a nice stretch by the first baseman, Haley Hirsch, gets the out at 1. A fantastic stretch there by the first baseman, Haley. And a nice play by the shortstop to field that ball and cannon it over. And the Gators get their first out of the bottom of the 5th.
We're gonna be over here now.
All right, here we are now with 1 out. Another hit here. Oh, I'm sorry, all 3 outs. Missed that second out. That was the pop fly, was the first out. Foul territory on the right side. Then the nice throw across the diamond for the second out, and Haley grabs the third out. And just like that, that is the end of the ball game as the Gators take care of shutting down Rock Gold and take this game by a score of 4-0 here on the Florida Softball Network, and most importantly, advance now into the championship game. Well, that championship game is going to be coming here in just a few minutes. We thank you very much for tuning in to the Florida Softball Network and ask for you to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And thanks for supporting your Gators and, more importantly, the sport of girls softball. This is Dave coming to you from West Palm Beach, Florida. We'll see you here shortly in the championship game.